guys, I'm Rachel.
I'm Blake.
And we're from Austin Reviews. We went to E3 last week and we got a chance to see one of our favorite titles,
Rock Band.
And we got a special look at Rock Band 3, so we're going to fill you guys in on it.
Alright, so basically how it worked was we had to get this special pass and blah blah blah, wait in a big line. They did it, the whole E3 booth was set up like a big movie theater, auditorium style. So we had to wait in line for a while. Finally they let us in, and there's a huge sign that says no photography or video allowed.
Right, unfortunately.
Anyway, we walk in, we're all seated, there's a ton of us in there, and we're just sitting at a curtain, kind of watching a Rock Band trailer play on this big plasma screen. And then the curtain raises dramatically, and what do we see? All the developers, all 7 of them on stage, playing Rock Band.
It was awesome. It just got us so pumped to get our hands on this game. Okay, well, so Rock Band 3 is integrating some new instruments this time around. Obviously, everybody knows keyboards are back. They're here, finally.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a keyboard. Now, the keyboard has 2 octaves on it.
Yes.
So it's actually, you could play it like a real keyboard. It actually has a MIDI hookup. And if you have a MIDI Pro converter, you can make any of your keyboards a Rock Band controller.
Yeah, Rock Band and Mad Catz work together to make this keyboard, and so you can just take it out, play it as a real keyboard, plug it in, get some achievements.
Now, if you're a fan of playing guitars, Fender jumped in on this bit, and they made a real Fender Stratocaster with the strings and everything. It's a real guitar. It has a switch on it where you can go from playing guitar plugged into an amp or to play the game.
And as we've learned from Power Gig, you won't be good at it.
Yeah, it can be a little tough. And then they also have, if you're not wanting to get one with strings, they have a Mad Catz controller, which is a Mustang, and is a Pro guitar.
Basically, they tried to streamline the guitar, so they made it just like the normal one, but they added 200 buttons on the fret.
Yeah, there's a button for every string at every fret, so there is a ton of buttons on this neck. It's kind of crazy, but like that too. I mean, you can use a real guitar if you can have it hooked up to your MIDI. And
my question is, with 200 buttons, what's going to happen when you don't want to play with all the buttons and you just want to do it old school?
Well,
you just have to push the first one, or do you just kind of hope that you hit like a few?
Well, they said that all of your controllers that you already have are compatible with this game as long as you don't play on Pro Mode.
So no worries.
Which is the new feature. Pro Mode teaches you how to play guitar, or drums, or keyboards.
So no longer will you be the fat kid alone in your basement playing Guitar Hero. You'll be the fat kid who knows how to play guitar in your basement.
Exactly. The drum set. Blake actually got to play the drum set.
I wasn't very good at it, but I need practice. I can do expert drums on regular Rock Band, but the way they added it in was they added 3 cymbals to the normal drum set. So one's a yellow, a blue, and a green, which is your hi-hat, your ride, and your crash. And how it works is it's the normal setup as the bar runs towards you, except with those colored notes, they've replaced certain colored notes with cymbal-shaped notes. And so you have to watch for that. Instead of just hitting the yellow pad, it'll be shaped like a cymbal, and you need to hit the cymbal. So it actually got kind of confusing because it was my first try, and I only got 1 try. So it got confusing when you're just used to looking for yellow, and that's what you hit, when you have to watch for what shape the note is. So you had to switch between the cymbal, because if it was like cymbal, 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 and then there was a normal yellow note, you'd have to switch it over without really having any time to think about it. But honestly, I think once you get practice on it, it won't be any problem.
And the keyboards were cool. They were also pretty confusing to watch the screen, though. As the screen is coming down at you, it has a whole bunch of tiny little notes, and there's at least like 8 lines going across. So you're seeing all these different little notes coming down at you like a rainstorm, and you're like, oh, trying to get them all in. And then as you shift an octave, depending on which song you're playing, it will give you little arrows showing that it's about to shift up an octave. And then the whole screen will slide across. It's really pretty interesting.
See, they can't fit all the notes that you play on one bar, so it'll just give you an arrow like, hey, move in this way, and then the bar will move to where the notes slide across, and you have to play on the higher notes. So it's pretty interesting seeing that. I'm sure people who have had experience on piano or just love to play the keys on Rock Band will pick it up pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty quick. You can buy a stand for it, you can sit it on your lap and play, or you can get the strap,
and play it like a friggin' guitar.
Exactly.
Awesome.
You're totally getting that. Let's talk about the new HUD. The new HUD is awesome. They call it the overshell.
It rocks.
It's like, okay, you remember how when you play Rock Band or Rock Band 2, you have your setup screen, you've got your set lists, you're wanting to play.
It's been about an hour setting up.
And then you get Drunken Tim who wants to play the drums, and he beats on every single note that he just playing around, and it backs you all the way out to the start screen. You're like, oh, Tim.
Everybody knows that a key to a successful drummer, control. Self-control.
So now that's not going to happen anymore. Every player will have their own separate little options HUD that will pop up for them, and once it's locked in, it's done. They can't mess it up.
Right.
So, you know, if you know, you want to change your options, you can change your options. It's not like everybody has to play on expert, or, you know, you all get your own options. You can change it on the fly.
Yeah, so as one person is setting up the entire game, all the other players can be setting up their own specifics. Like, I want to play on expert, or I want to do this, or I want to switch it to lefty. Whatever they want to do, they can set it all up, pick your character. All of it's done personally on your own on a separate part of the HUD, while the whole main game is being set up by a different player. So you don't have to worry about going, okay, well, I'm going to sign in real quick. Okay, I'm going to sign in. Okay, let me pick my character. Everybody wait in the lobby. Give me a second. I have to piss. No, none of that. It's just a streamlined, really effective way of setting up everything so you don't have to wait on one person.
They have some really cool new ways to pick your songs. It's like they have a system now where you can pick by genre and whittle your way down. If you're not sure what kind of song you want to play, instead of scrolling through hundreds of songs, now you can say, well, let's play a rock song. Well, okay, do I want a rock song that's harder? And then it'll whittle down basically, until it will show you what song you want. Yeah, it gives you
options. Instead of hitting, you know, select to switch by genre, artist, or song, it's like, okay, I want to do this genre, but from this decade. So you can be like, okay, I want to do pop from the 80s, and it's difficult. And you can narrow it down by picking different subjects to try and, like, limit what your selections are. So you can really, yeah, you can actually find what you want to play or what you're in the mood for without having to scroll through, you know, 300 songs.
Now you can also rate the songs. You know how you get those songs that you just can't stand to play, you never play them, you hate them, you don't know why you have them.
Miranda Cosgrove. Miranda Cosgrove.
Well, now you can rate the songs like you would do on
iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes. And so the ones that you play more often will come up in your set list more frequently versus the ones that you don't really care
so if you want to do just a random list, the ones that you like will pop up, which is cool. Until you get sick of the ones you like.
Also, you can make your set list online. You can go online on your computer, find a set list that you want, save it to Xbox Live, and then when you get on the next time, it'll pop up, it's ready for you.
Yeah, so no longer do you have to wait and try and pick what songs you want to go through and blah, blah, blah. It basically, Rock Band 3 took all the crap that wasn't quite perfect about Rock Band 2 and threw it out the window and replaced it with sexy golden magic.
You can also save your set list for the next time. Like, you can save a whole set list as like your party set list, and it will always stay there every time you want to get on there and play. They also have this cool new feature called Party Shuffle.
I forgot Party Shuffle.
Party Shuffle is where you pick a set list and you let it play, and it will just play in the background. And then at any point in time, somebody can say, oh, I like that song. They can come down here, grab a controller, drop in, play for a little bit, and then drop back out, set it down, and it'll keep playing by itself.
She can do the honesty check on me. I've said this like 5 times. I'm like, man, I wish I could just play it in the background and not have to touch it. Just listen to the music that's on my Rock Band because I love it, but I'm not going to go on iTunes and purchase that stuff. Or I'm not going to steal it because that's illegal.
So anyway, that's a cool feature too, is a drop in and drop out. That's something you can do at any point when you're playing the game. It'll show all the people who aren't, all the different instruments that aren't logged in and playing. And then, you know, all your friends can just come by, oh, I like this, and just drop in, start playing. And then when they gotta go get a drink or whatever, they just drop right back out. It doesn't affect you at all. No pausing.
They basically took out all the elements of having to stop. So everything is on the fly. You can drop in, drop out. You can just take a break. You can change the difficulty. You can switch to the next song. It's perfect. I can't wait for it to come out.
And now they're also going to do this thing called road challenges during the week for people who have the game. It's like maybe once or twice a week they're going to have these challenges online where you can go online and meet with everybody, and you can play these challenges to like on Xbox Live. I don't know if they're going to attach any achievements to it or what, but it gives you another option to play instead of just playing at home with your friends or alone. You can go online and do some challenges.
So just better ways to try and get people into the into the community of Rock Band.
Get online and play with some people. Well, the new CD is going to have, the new disc is going to have 83 songs. They've got a whole set list. I actually have another, I had another post that I made for Rock Band when I found out about all the new stuff coming out. And it's got all the info of the set lists and the trailer and all that. You guys can find that on lostandreviews.com.
And it's slated for?
Holiday, 2010.
Alright, so I think we're all looking forward to Rock Band. We're huge fans, and we're ready to see how it works.
We loved it. Thank you guys again. I'm Rachel.
I'm Blake.
And we're Lost in Reviews.